guys. I wanted to cover something today that's maybe a little bit more complicated and gets into music theory a bit more in depth. But really, it's a sort of another stepping stone to opening up the fretboard of the bass and getting you understanding all the notes, where all the notes are for any given key up and down the neck. And ideally, what we want to be doing is practicing and learning bass lines in all the different keys to really open up the fretboard and to understand what we're playing in any given key. Now, a useful tool for this is a thing called the circle of fifths, and this is really just a way of working out the keys and how many sharps and flats are in any given key. Now, if you are learning to read music, this will be denoted on the left-hand side of the music by the key information, which will show you the number of sharps or flats and which notes that they fall on. And I would, heartily recommend you work on learning to read music, because it's a really useful tool to use. But outside of that, what we can use is the circle of fifths. Now, if we go back to our original C major key that we've been using an awful lot in these exercises, then the circle of fifths is working up through the key in fifths. So if you remember from the key of C, we start with that as number 1. We work up 5 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This brings us to G. Now, G is the second key in the circle of fifths. And working up through the circle gives us the keys that have sharps in them. Now, G is the second one. C has no sharps or flats in it. G has 1 sharp. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So that gives us the first key with a sharp in it. Likewise, we carry on through the circle of fifths, starting with G. 2, 3, 4, 5 brings us to D. D has 2 sharps in it. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Now you carry on through, cycling up through the circle of fifths in that way. So that gives us, after D, we go up to A, E, B, F sharp, and then we get to C sharp. Now C sharp's a bit of a weird key to play in, because all the notes are sharp, even ones that where you wouldn't normally call it a sharp note. Some of the notes have different names, so what we end up with that is C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B sharp, C sharp. Now if C sharp falls on this note here, and if you're sort of eagle-eyed, then you will notice that actually can also be called D flat. I will get to D flat in a moment, but this is why C sharp kind of falls as more of a sort of theoretical key in a way. It does work out as the key with all the 7 sharps in it, but it's also, works under a different name of D flat. So it just ends the circle of fifths at that point. Now, we've got to crack on. But if we work in the circle of fifths in a descending manner, that's working down 5 notes on the scales. So if we start from C, 3, 4, 5, brings us to F. Now F is also the 4th of the key of C, so you can look at it as a circle of fourths as well. And if you're working in that manner, this will give you the keys with all the flats in it. So likewise before, F, as the second key in that circle, will be the one with 1 flat in it. F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, F. And as we carry on through that, we can either work down a 5th or up a 4th. It doesn't matter. It brings us the same thing. It will give us the keys with the slowly increasing numbers of flats in them. So after F, we've got B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and then C flat. Now again, C flat is kind of a theoretical scale, because it also lands on the same note as you would normally call B, but C flat would be the key with 7 flats in it. C flat, D flat, E flat, F flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, and C flat. So it's kind of a bit of a weird key. We don't really play in it very often, but theoretically it ends the circle of fifths in a descending pattern. So the best thing to sort of do is to work through those and work out all the keys, and which keys have how many sharps and flats in them, which sharps and flats they are, so you can get a good list together of what you're working with within any given key. This all starts coming together along the neck when we start playing the keys up and down the neck. Now if we start with C, what we want to be able to do is play across the whole neck, up and down and across all the notes in the key of C anywhere on the neck. So what I normally do as an exercise for this is to limit myself to 3 notes per string, play across the neck and back down again, and then move up one. So an example of that, in the key of C, my lowest note I can play is an E. So E, F, G, move up a string, A, B, C, D, E, F, A, G, A, B, sorry. B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E. So that's the first 3 notes on each string of the key of C. Then move up one, start on the F. F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. And back down again. Then move up one again, start on the G. You just keep working up the neck in that fashion. It'll take a little while. This will take a while to learn, the patterns up and down the neck, and especially for the keys with more sharps or flats in them. It's really good exercise to work through that and name the notes out loud, because it will really get it into your head what notes lie where, especially when you get to this sort of middle end of the middle part of the neck, where you lose track a little bit of what's what. If you can get that into your head, then it's really, really useful. The other thing that's really a kind of useful tool for this is if you go to my other videos about the modes. Learning the patterns of the major scale modes are really, really useful. If we're sticking in the key of C, you will notice that when we get to playing on the 5th fret of the E string, it's an A, so we can play the A Aeolian mode scale, and we can play that up to that point with the pattern that we've learned so far, and you can kind of fill in the blanks after that. Or this is like a sort of 3D, maybe even 4D jigsaw kind of coming together. If we play the Aeolian mode on that first part, when we get to the A string, we start on a D. Now D in the key of C is a Dorian mode. We can start on the Dorian mode pattern. Likewise, if we work up the Dorian and get to G, then we know that G was the Mixolydian scale of the key of C. Start playing that pattern. This might be a lot to take in, so don't rush with this, guys. But if you work better with patterns, then the modes are a really good way of sort of learning where you are on the neck with any given key. If you can work out where your starting note is, you can start on that note and work your way up. If we get to the C here, we've learned that sort of scale. All we've got to do is fill in the rest. Move on to the Dorian, and so forth. There are a lot of keys and a lot of scales to learn, a lot of shapes. Just work on it really, really slow. It's worthwhile doing. It's not the most exciting of exercises, but once you kind of get in your head where all the notes are along the neck, then you can start using them without having to think about them quite so much. There's a lot of times we start learning music and don't know any of these notes. We don't know anything we're doing here, and it can take a really long time of experimentation to find what we really want to play. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but using this as a stepping stone, it's just getting the theoretical side of it down that we can then use in a much, much more musical way, because playing up or down a scale is not particularly musical in its way, despite being the building blocks of music itself. There's much more musical things that we can do with this information, but having that as a background is just so much use. So that's going to take quite a while to get down. I don't expect to sort of build on that too much. There's a few more exercises that I want to cover in other videos, but start working on that. I would make a lot of notes and get down this information, and then just work through it over time. Yeah, get that information in your head and enjoy. Hopefully, it's we'll get on to more exciting things to play, but hopefully this will open up some doors for you to experiment some more. So until next time, I'll see you soon.